Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Cougs Chaos. We got a fun episode for you today. I'm here, Jack Zimmerman. I'm here with my co-host and roommate,
Logan Prowse. I'm real excited for this episode, Jack. Today, we've got at least my top 25 favorite teachers of the past year. Ladies and gentlemen, he used to be my elementary school math teacher, but he loved teaching me so much that he decided to switch to the high school and teach me twice. Coming live to us from Vashon Island, everybody welcome P.L. Blomgren.
Yes, round of applause.
Welcome to the show, PL. I think Jack and I are both super stoked to have you on.
Absolutely.
Okay, thanks, guys. I'm looking forward to it.
And a little bit of an exciting note, this is going to be our first visual episode, so everybody gets to see our beautiful faces doing it.
Yeah.
All right, Jack, are you ready? Oh, yeah, fix your hair, PL.
Make sure
we
we're
ready
looking
to jump into some Cougs talk? So, Jack, any updates on school so far, or just pretty much the same?
Pretty much the same. I had a midterm today, and I have another one tomorrow, so kind of a busy time, but classes are going good.
Nice. Yeah, super
Yeah, how
fun.
about you?
Yeah, just the same, not enjoying it. I think I have definitely not skipped, but just not gone to Zoom classes as much this semester.
Is this
usually
for online school? It wasn't?
Yeah, exactly.
Usually when we do these updates, you're a little bit more of a downer than I am.
Yeah, I'm not excited about it. And I know, PL, you are a teacher, and so
Yes.
You're having to teach during this. Are you having as much fun as we are?
Yeah, it turns out I like people.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's why.
and screens or symbols for names. It's a little different than actual human interaction. I'm not sure if people are aware of this or not, but
you don't like teaching in front of the black screen or anything like that?
not as much.
I know.
Do you do mandatory webcams?
I do not. And yeah. Anyways.
I know some of my teachers, like in the morning, they're like, "Oh, everybody turn on your webcam," and I'm laying in bed. I'm like, "You do not want to see me right now." Oh, all right. I'm presuming you graduated college, PL. Am I correct in that?
Why would you think that?
Just a hunch.
My professional luck, I think, probably.
Yeah. So being a former college student, do you have any like of your favorite memories from college, or maybe your funniest memory from college that you can share with us?
Oh, wow. Funniest memories from college. I had a great time in college. College was so fun, and it was in person.
That makes it better.
Lucky you.
It was back when school was in person. And funny stories. I don't know. I mean, I was on the wrestling team. We had a good bond amongst the team. Now all of a sudden you just throw me into there's a football game. Yeah. Is this a Christian podcast?
No, it's not.
It doesn't have to.
Feel free to.
There's a rivalry game, and it's kind of like the Apple Cup, but like times 50, where it's the Simon Fraser UBC football teams.
Oh yeah, heard of it.
Go at each other, and a friend of mine, and they're about like 50 people, 50 fans for each team. And this may or may not have happened, but the friend might have filled up a ketchup container full of urine and thrown it into the other stands.
And this is all hypothetical.
Hypothetical. Yeah, this may or may not have happened.
Hypothetically, would you have been a part of this?
I actually was not a part of it, but
okay.
It's the most random memory for me to remember right now. But maybe I just think I'm on with you guys. We're talking like football. That comes to mind. There were a few other pranks that happened, but I don't know why that one comes to mind.
No, that's a good hypothetical.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah. Allegedly,
that would have happened, that would have been
that would have been a good story.
Would have been a good memory. Yeah.
And disgusting. Yes.
I guess the last thing in Cougs talk is we're both freshmen. Do you have any advice for us in college? Assuming that we're going to be in person next year.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of like and this is, well, I actually might not be that different for you guys. My freshman year in college was like the most difficult year of my life. I was just like, I grew late, I matured late, I was missing home, I was on the wrestling team, I was just not doing very well wrestling, I was losing a lot of weight, I hated school, all these things didn't lead to a great experience. So when I say I loved college, I loved every year but my first year.
The last 3.
Yeah, I have 4 actually.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So just kind of keep persevering.
Yeah, it gets better. It gets better.
Gets better. All right, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you keep naming stuff. I'm like, oh dear.
Yeah, it just kept going negative.
All right, I think we're ready to move into our first segment then, Jack.
I think so.
Pio, we have this segment on our show. It's called This or That, where we just give you two things or 2 options, and you just choose your favorite or choose which one you like. And since I know you're a big sports guy, we're gonna do sports this or that today.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
So I'll start off with the first half. So MLB or NFL?
Wow, you see, that's such a hard one. I mean, I'll say NFL by a slim margin. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably say like to watch, I'll say NFL, but to play, I'd rather play baseball because I don't want to have the lasting injuries.
Right.
Jack, what do you say?
I'd agree. Definitely NFL. I mean, I loved playing baseball, and I would also agree that I'd rather play baseball than football, but I'm a big NFL watcher. So
yeah,
I would definitely go with that.
That's a pretty easy one. All right. Next one, Seattle not rivalry, but Sonics or Seahawks?
Who do I like better?
Yeah, just you got to pick one.
Yeah. Oh, I have so many great memories from the Sonics, but I got to go Seahawks.
Yeah. I think my dad wouldn't let me stay at the house if I didn't say Sonics, so I'm gonna have to go with that. I never really saw him play, but just the idea of Seattle having a team and being the Sonics,
it was so fun. I mean, that's when the
way to rub it in a little bit.
The NBA, you know how the NBA playoffs just last for like 6 months? When your team's in the playoffs, that's a great 6 months.
Yeah. Jack, would you see a Seahawks?
I'd go Seahawks just because I really only became an NBA fan shortly thereafter the Sonics left. So I was never truly able to take advantage of having a team. But if we currently had the Sonics, then I would go Sonics because I'm a bigger basketball fan than football fan. But I am a big Seahawks fan.
That's good. That's good to me. All right. Next one, we got Randy Johnson or Jamie Moyer.
Wow. These are good ones.
I wrote them myself. Thank you.
I'm gonna go Moyer. I have a tough time with Randy. Randy was so great, and then he had the half year. I don't know how much you guys go back into the history of this, but he had the half year for the Mariners where he was 500. He was like 10-10 with a 4.5 ERA or something like that, and then they traded him to the Astros for Freddie Garcia, Carlos Guillen, and John Halama. You guys remember that?
Oh, yeah. And blockbuster trade.
And then he was nails for the second half of the season for the Astros. And it just made it seem like he was trying to make a point for that first half of the season with the Mariners that he wanted out. And that makes me grumpy about it.
Right.
So I'm going Moyer.
Yeah, I'll go Jamie Moyer. Elementary school, I did a research project on Jamie Moyer. So I came to school like Night of the Notables or something like that. I came dressed as Jamie Moyer. So
like most sixth graders. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Obviously everybody else was.
I'd agree with you guys. I'd go Jamie Moyer also.
Because of the blockbuster trade and him.
It was well, never forgivable.
You see, I mean, these trades, getting rid of Griffey, getting rid of Randy, helped the Mariners in the next few years be great. So it's it's tough to lose those great players, but
yeah. All right. Would you rather be a AAA star or a major league bench player?
Major league bench player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're in the
I think that
majors.
one's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Because I think if you're a AAA star and you haven't been called up, then there's something wrong. Like,
Yeah.
you're doing something wrong. Yeah. All right. I think that's a pretty easy one. All right. We got a little bit of old school versus new school. Barry Sanders or Derrick Henry?
Oh, come on. Barry Sanders.
I had a feeling I knew where this was
Barry.
going.
The greatest professional athlete of all time, Barry Sanders.
Wow,
Some bold
that's saying a
statements
lot.
over here.
That is saying a lot.
So good.
All right. Yeah. I know it just happened like once or twice in your classroom, but we may have gotten a little sidetracked talking about Barry Sanders and old football players.
The one or two times the class got sidetracked.
Hypothetically. I would right now I go with Barry Sanders, but if Derrick Henry has more seasons like he had last season where he like no one can stop him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying Derrick Henry's bad. But
yeah.
I'm going to go Barry Sanders also. Derrick Henry is he has potential of being one of the greatest, if not just like discussed in the top 10 of running backs and NFL athletes, but it's too early.
Yeah, I'm good with that. All right. Again, little old school versus new school. The 96 Sonics.
Okay.
Or the 2015 Warriors.
Sonics, come on.
We'll say, okay, so you think
Sonics.
They would win?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Whoa. Okay. So this isn't, we're not picking favorites. We're saying who would win.
I'm saying for this or that, we're saying who's going to win. And I can't go against the Warriors.
I'd still give the Sonics a chance though, because that was
I'll say Warriors in 7.
Oh, okay.
I'll give it to you.
All right. Well, then I'll give the Sonics in 7 because that was pre-KD, and I think the glove could lock down Curry or Clay, whoever needed it. And
maybe both at the same time.
At
exactly.
The same time.
Two gloves.
I mean, they lost. I mean, they got to 6 against Michael Jordan. I think they could win in 7 against the Warriors without KD.
I like it.
All right. Yeah. All right. Last one. This is kind of more recent. Earl Thomas or Cam Chancellor?
Oh, Cam.
Yeah.
Cam. I mean, okay. So are we talking about players or are we talking about people?
I would say players, but
I would just say on the field.
Yeah, on the field or being carted off the field.
I just like Cam so much, and he's a quiet dude, and he's not the. I hope Earl doesn't listen to. It'd be kind of cool if he listened to this.
It would be really cool if he listened to this. Yeah.
But then he looked me up and want to probably try to beat me up.
That's probably exactly what would happen.
I'm going Cam.
Yeah. I would go Cam too, just because like I still remember that hit on Vernon Davis. Oh my gosh, he was so crazy, and again, especially being able to leave the team without any drama.
Yes,
Cam was so fun to watch. I mean, he just looked like an old school player and playing in the new school league. He would just so hit people into death,
right?
And that was always fun to watch.
Hitting them into death.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of football.
Maybe the theme for your podcast.
Just hit them into death. We bring guests on. You didn't know that coming into today, did you,
no.
That's why all of our guests are, they come once and they don't come again.
Never had a repeat guest. All right, so I think that was a pretty good this or that. I think we almost all agreed on that. On previous episodes of this season, I've had a few of my family members or friends come on, and every time, without normally my permission, they tell a funny story about me or an embarrassing story about me. And I figured you've known me for quite a while. So I figured you probably have got one or two funny stories. Yeah,
I mean, the first image that comes to mind isn't the funniest story. I don't know if I could tell it as a great story, but the homecoming skit where you had your little green green pants or green shirt?
It's green suspender. Oh, I had a green shirt with white suspenders.
Yeah, okay. And you were doing that jig to Outcast Hey Ya, and that made you dancing Logan from here on out.
Yep.
And I just absolutely fell out of the bleachers laughing hysterically while watching that.
Jay-Z, a little bit of backstory. Were you there when the dance went on?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think that's after I left for Running Start.
Oh yeah, because it was our senior year and it was a lip sync battle. And we playing Hey Ya by Outkast. And I was the guy who was like, hey fellas, and then hey ladies, like that guy in the middle. Mm-hmm. And I did a little jig in the middle. Oh yeah, we'll see PL do it. That was my little jig. And I kid you not. So I'm in the front and we're right in front of the judges, and PL just happened to be one of the judges. I have never seen a human being laugh as much as him. And to this day, his kids still call me Dancing Logan. That's how they know me.
Yeah, no, it's so good.
That was a very I just remember, like, I first started doing it and I looked in the bleachers and you just were about on your side, about to fall off the bleachers.
Yeah. Man, that's classic.
That was good. If you don't mind, I would like to share a little bit of a funny story about you. So this was, I want to say this was sophomore year. I was in your brother's class, your brother's English class, and we had to do like a video or documentary project just on about anything. And so my group decided that we were going to do it on Blomgren brothers, just to like kind of like get to know their past and all this. And like a few weeks prior was whatever standardized test we had. And I walk into this room and PL is one of the proctors. And I don't want to say it was the most unprofessional like room that I've ever been in a standardized test, but it was so relaxed and everything.
That's what I'm here for, guys.
Man, I didn't even feel like I was taking a test. He was just cracking jokes the whole time. And so I go to your brother's class after that, and we were talking about it, and he writes you a little award like world's best proctor or something. And so a few weeks go by, we're doing this project, and I reached out to PL. I said, hey, any chance I can come down at like smart period and get an interview with you? And he's like, yeah, for sure. And so we have these like lists of questions, like, I don't know, 10, 15 questions, and we're interviewing. Every single answer he had, he related it to test proctor. I had to scrap the whole interview. We had to reschedule for a different day. It would be like, oh, so what's in terms of wrestling, because you were a big wrestler. In terms of wrestling, what was your greatest accomplishment? He goes, really none of them compare to being named the world's greatest proctor. And I just remember reviewing the footage that night, and I'm like, I can't make a project out of this. And so I emailed him back and I was like, hey, can we do another one? But like, you answer the questions.
I don't know. I think you're underestimating the effect that a good proctor has.
Oh my gosh. I guess not. I should have just done the project on that. Oh gosh. All right. And so you have been a teacher for quite a while, I would say. A few years, at least 2.
Yeah.
Do you have any or do you have a favorite story or a funniest story? You don't have to name names, obviously, but just about a student or a situation.
Oh, wow.
I'm bringing the real hard questions.
Yeah. Favorite story from students. It's hard to in financial algebra last year, where we had that case of the open door.
Oh, of the car.
The car, yeah, car had an open door, and that turned into a big mystery. That turned really financial. They had $1 in their car.
So they're obviously rich.
Jack Z, I'm sure you heard about it, but someone left their door open on their Prius for a couple days.
Just in the parking lot, in the school parking lot.
In the school parking lot. I'm sure you heard about it. Who hasn't? Probably all over Wazoo now.
Yeah, no, we brought it there. I brought it up.
And it was just like, didn't know whose car it was, didn't know the situation. They had $1 in their car, a tennis racket. We had some clues.
Yeah, so we Jay-Z, we concluded that the person was rich because they had $1 in their car, and they were obviously great at tennis, because who doesn't carry around a tennis racket when you're super good? So that's what we were going off of. Did we ever find out who it was?
No, it's still a mystery, unsolved.
Dang it. Yeah.
And when was that?
That was last fall of 19.
Yeah, that was pretty. And it was like ongoing for weeks. Like class.
We had a pretty awesome group in that class.
That class was pretty good. There's also a movie, Jack. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's called Fateful Findings, and it's one of the greatest movies ever. And I haven't been in many scholarly situations where my teacher puts on movie trailers and plays them for us, but that was for sure one of them. And that one was, there's a lot of inside jokes in that class.
Yes.
Yes. All right. We could do that there.
Well, you can't say them because no one's gonna get them.
Yeah. That's kind of the story of my life here. So.
I also remember in that class there was it's your famous ping pong lesson. Jack, you remember at the high school there's a ping pong table?
Yeah.
So we come into class, and this is a financial algebra class, and we come into this class, and PL's like, all right, let's grab your stuff, grab a notepad. And he had us like write down a few numbers or something. Didn't really tell us what was going on, or do a bracket or something. I don't remember. And we go out to the ping pong table, and he's trying to do something. Everybody is clueless because we don't know what's going on. It comes to the end of the period. We go back in class, and PL goes, yeah, probably should have told you guys what I was doing before we did that. Do you want to elaborate on that? Because I'm still confused.
Yeah, no. It was a natural discussion in financial algebra about over and under and betting. And the idea was that JJ's really good at ping pong. I'm pretty good. I thought JJ was gonna kick my ass in ping pong. And so we had over under as to how much JJ would beat me by. Turns out JJ didn't have his best game, and I was playing pretty well, and I can't hold back in a competition like that.
When you're playing against high schoolers.
Whether I'm playing against high schoolers or not. And I beat JJ.
We'll give it up.
And it turned out to be a really shitty lesson.
Yeah, I just remember just coming out of the class being so confused on what we just did.
Yeah, it was I was trying to do a practical over under lesson, but it didn't turn out that way.
Well, they can't all be winners.
No.
Well, that sounds like even if it's not the most effective lesson, it sounded like a good day of class.
Yeah.
It was.
I think the students were okay with it.
Well, unless you guys have any more fun teaching stories, we can move on to our final segment.
That's good.
All right. So this is a fan favorite. Would you rather? We got a handful of questions here. I guess I'll start off reading the first few. So would you rather have skin that changes color based on your emotions, or tattoos appear all over your body depicting what you did yesterday?
Do we have is the floor open for questions?
Yes,
of course.
Yes.
Do we get to choose, like, our emotions are based, like, are the color of our skin based on like, if I choose like happy, I can choose to have green skin, or who determines this?
I think it's just the emotion that you're feeling in that moment. Like, if I'm happy right now, but then like my dog gets run over, I'm obviously going to be sad. So it like changes colors then. And I think that the colors are probably predetermined. You know, like when you're, I don't know if you had them when you were a kid, but like the mood rings.
Yeah. I think emotions are already correlated to colors.
I think so too. I guess I don't know which one's to which.
I don't either.
I'm going that one.
You're going the
Color
skin?
Skin, yep.
Wow. I would go tattoos because are my tattoos. So if I skateboarded yesterday and I get a tattoo of a guy skateboarding, does the next day it goes away and it's replaced with something?
That's what I would assume, right?
Okay. So yeah, I would. Yeah.
Come on, Logan. Seriously, dude. You have to
sorry.
ask.
I'm sorry, guys.
Well, because then you would run out of room to have tattoos. It
Well,
needs to like reset and depict what you did yesterday.
All right. Yeah. So I would go with what I did yesterday and just
Well,
hope
But
I
how
didn't
much
have a
detail
weird day.
How
Yeah,
much
yeah,
detail
yeah.
are the tattoos?
I mean, you
actually
take a
depicting?
shower, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd have like the rain droplets under my eyes.
A picture of yourself taking a shower as a tattoo.
Wear long sleeves. See, I think I would go with the tattoos because I don't want to be like a chameleon or whatever that is. And
Oh
change
yeah,
my
you
whole-
want to be a normal person like the tattoo one?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I think I agree with PL. I'm gonna go with the color
Dang
changes.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
I don't know if you've caught on to this, PL, but a lot of times in these would you rather and this or that, I am by myself a lot of the times.
Shocker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know,
this-
crazy.
This podcast doesn't have too much agreeing going on usually, but
That's
okay.
good.
moving on.
That's what brings in the fans, guys.
Exactly. We need to cover all the different perspectives.
I've learned it from Undisputed Skip Bayless and
Mm,
Shannon
Shannon
Sharp. Those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't have the 1.5 million followers if you guys agreed on everything.
Thanks for your confidence, PL.
Yeah, we'll be there someday, hopefully. All right, moving on to the next question. Would you rather be a reverse centaur or a reverse merman?
I don't feel great asking this, but remind me what a centaur is.
It's
That's
half horse, half horse.
Yeah,
It's
so
human.
so traditionally it would be the horse's body, and then it would kind of connect to a you at like the torso.
Okay, yeah.
So I guess instead it would be a horse from the head to the waist and a man from waist down.
Okay, and then the other one is a what?
A reverse merman. So you'd be a fish from the waist up and a man from the waist down.
Yeah, wow.
So either way, you're a man from the
serious we
waist
are on
down.
Cougs Chaos.
Yeah. This is academic. Was this just from your last class, Jack Z?
No, I have no idea what class this would be from, but I'm definitely not in that class.
Well, this was from my construction class, actually. This was intro to construction.
Yeah, I gotta go. I'm going centaur. I would rather have a horse's head than a fish head.
See, I'm going the other way. I'd rather be a mermaid because I feel like if it's a horse's head, I don't know the exact stats, but I'm pretty sure a horse's head weighs a lot. And so I don't know if my legs could support that. But if I was
Not your legs, most like
Anyone else's legs, yeah.
Wow. All right. I think I'd still go with mermaid because like you'd be able just to like spend your whole time in the water. And granted, you're not going to be the fastest fish because you just got legs.
But wouldn't you?
but
You would
you'll
have
still
to
be a
like
fish.
breathe in the water, right? Because you'd have gills and stuff.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm underwater.
Yeah, you would have to live the rest of your life in water.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm good with that.
That sounds horrible. I'm gonna agree with PL there.
I didn't realize how important land was to you guys.
I'm gonna go reverse centaur. I think that one's better. All right, moving on to our next one. Would you rather be a famous director or a famous actor?
Oh, wow, yeah. Do we like what kind of movies are we talking?
I guess whatever
Anything
you
your
want.
heart desires.
Yeah,
I'd say director.
director.
Really?
I'd say director. Yeah. I mean, I think being a famous actor would be it would be cool at first, but then you'd lose so many important things in your life, like privacy and things like that.
That's true. You could be a famous director, but not as famous, so your daily life doesn't get affected as much.
Right. I mean, like as a famous teacher, I've got people like trying to take pictures of me all the time around my house.
Around your house,
My kids don't get to go out. people have like tattoos of me.
Yeah,
on
so
them.
you've already lived the celebrity lifestyle.
Yeah. It's one of the top 25 teachers in this high school. It's not as glamorous as it sounds. I'll say that.
What about you, Logan?
See, I would go with an actor. I would go with an actor because I have a funny story about this. In one of my construction classes, so I'm going to school to be a construction manager. And in one of my basic school of design and construction, which is like everybody who's in like has a major like mine, in that class, the professor's going through all the majors and all their nodes and everything, and he's like comparing them to different people, and he comes to construction manager and he goes, construction manager's like a director on a movie. He doesn't get all the fame, nobody really knows who he is, but he's a pretty important part. He's not as important as the architects or anything like that, but he's a pretty important part. And so I think if in my normal life I'm just a director, I think in this I would want to be an actor. I would want the choice to be an actor. That's just me, though. I'm sorry.
This is gonna come as a big surprise, but I'm gonna go with PL here. And I think I'd also rather be a director.
Dang it!
I think it's just more interesting to me.
Well, through the first three, we have not agreed on any of them.
Well, I've agreed on all of them.
You've agreed with PL on all of them. All right. Next one. Would you rather be a bowling champion or curling champion?
Curling.
Okay.
The Olympic Games.
Yep.
Like I'm not picturing being average at this. I mean, like being
greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Going down in the history books.
Yeah, the GOAT.
Oh, yeah. The GOAT. All right.
The GOAT of curling.
Yeah.
I'd say the same because assuming that when I'm champion, I'm above the drinking age, the legal drinking age, I'd feel like professional curlers have it pretty laid back. Like they don't they don't have like super stressful workout routines or anything. I feel like they just sit around a bar, drink, and then when the Olympic Games come a month before, they're like, hey,
they get off their bar stool.
Hey, bust out the mops, let's get to work. That's what that's just what I'm going with.
Yeah.
I think I'd go bowling.
Wow.
Just because I feel like there's more. You can't really just casually go curling. I feel like, at least not in the Seattle area. So there's a lot of potential in being unknown, like professional bowler, where you could hustle people or just show off. So I think I would do that
for the money,
business.
really.
Yeah.
PL and I are just in it for the fame.
Yeah, amateur. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Logan, you're in it for the just drinking all year round and then going to the Olympics. No, I'm more in it to be relaxed.
Hypothetical. Yeah.
Hypothetically. All right, Pio, this is kind of related to your life. Would you rather bomb a stand-up routine or bomb an entire day of teaching? Like all 6 periods, just not on it.
Oh, wow. Would I rather? I mean, I'd rather bomb the comedy routine. I'm not just saying that to sound like a nice guy. Neither of them are fun. How about I say that?
Yeah. So I can ask that you are experienced in both of these.
Yeah. I mean, with teaching, if you bomb like one period, and then if you have that same like lesson, then you can at least change it. Mm-hmm. But so it's a little different with the stand-up routine. But like when you tell a joke that you think is funny and no one laughs when you're up in front of some people, that's not fun.
Yeah, I would probably go with I'd rather bomb a day teaching because I feel like you know everybody in that classroom. So so the next day you could be like, hey guys, sorry I wasn't on it. But if you're doing stand-up, you don't really know anybody.
Right.
So
right.
I guess that's probably what I'd go with.
Mm-hmm. I'd probably go teaching also. Just seems, I don't know, maybe the students would understand more than the group of people you're doing comedy in front of. And also it might even be beneficial for the students because then they might not have to actually do much work if for some reason everything just sucks that day.
Yeah. Let's bring it back to the ping pong lesson.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Exactly.
Would you rather teach about ping pong or bomb at stand up?
At least I got a good ping pong game in.
Yeah, no, you crushed JJ. All right. Would you rather, second to last one, would you rather become a professional exam proctor or professional exam taker?
Oh, Proctor. I mean, it's like I learned, just a couple years ago how you find some people find their gift early in their life, and some people it takes a while. That was 2 years ago. I was 42, and my proctor skills like natural.
Yeah, you were like, they could make a movie called The Natural about you.
Natural Proctor.
See, yeah, I would probably go with Proctor because I would have an environment that that was close to yours when you did the proctoring.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, but I mean, if I was a professional exam taker, I'd hope that I'm good at it, and so like it wouldn't be too stressful or hard.
A professional exam taker that sucks at exams.
All right.
I think I agree with you though. I'd rather be a proctor. I don't really like taking exams. I mean, I guess if you're a professional, you hopefully are good at it, but maybe not.
Yeah, but I mean, if I'm a professional proctor, it's hard because I'll never be as great as PL.
Yeah,
like it's
That's
like
true.
Yeah, so that's kind of just discouraging.
I mean, you set goals.
Yeah,
you can look up to him. You can
smaller than yours.
In the environment. You can post hang a picture of him and inspire.
If you want to come in and give a guest proctor, that'd be fine.
Yeah, I've got a fee, but I would do that.
Okay. No friends discount or anything. Like.
I mean, it'd be a couple bucks cheaper.
Okay, sweet. Thank you. All right, so this last would you rather question, this is one of our most controversial ones.
Okay.
This sparked a very large debate a few episodes ago.
Yeah, so a few episodes ago we had Bryce Coley on, and we asked this question, and being one of few married people that we've had on this show, I think you'll have a good insight on this.
Okay.
Would you rather be late for your own wedding or your best friend's funeral?
Oh.
And Bryce and I were in agreement, and Logan was on his own. So let's see what you say.
Breaking.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think I'd rather be late to my own wedding. Because you can like make up for it. Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah, if you're late to your best friend's funeral, it's tough to kind of be like, hey, sorry guys.
Well, can I say, last episode, Jack and Bryce's reasoning to be late to their best friend's funeral was because he'd never find out. And I thought that was the worst excuse. That's so bad.
Not good.
And I'm saying, if you're late for your wedding, obviously never been in a wedding, but I feel like if you're late to it, there's a good chance that something happened the previous night that caused it to be late.
You watch a lot of movies.
No, what are you talking about?
Yeah, Logan went off this tangent saying that him and his bachelor party went to Tokyo or something, and all came back in like bikinis. So he was really imagining something crazy.
Oh, that's funny.
No, and yeah, I just think like it. I don't think it's obviously it's a big deal, but I don't think it's as big of a deal to be wait to your wedding as it is your best friend's funeral.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I'm sticking with my answer. I'd rather be late to my best friend's funeral because I think realistically also I think funerals are more likely to start a little late than a wedding. I feel like a wedding is you should be standing there waiting for the bride, and if you're not, then I feel like that's a big deal. Of course, I've never been married, but I'm sticking with my answer.
All right. Well, that's all we have for this episode. PL, is there anything you want to add? Anything?
No, I think I'm good. I do need to kind of run right now too. So the timing is perfect.
Perfect.
I do want to say this is really fun to chat with you guys.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Yeah, thank you for coming
on.
Yeah. Love the questions, and it's fun just to pitch each other shit every which way. So I appreciate that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on again.
Sure thing, guys. Nice to see you guys. We'll be in touch.
See ya. Remember to follow us on Instagram at Cougs Chaos. And then email us at cougschaos@gmail.com if you have any ideas or you want to be on the podcast. And pretty exciting. As of this episode, we are now going to be uploading on YouTube. So like we
Yes.
said, this is our first visual podcast. So you can expect us weekly, mostly on Fridays, to be posting episodes on there. So
Yeah, keep your eye out.
yeah, perfect.
Subscribe. We can say subscribe now
Yeah, we
because we're on
can.
YouTube.
Hit the like button, turn on that bell.
Yeah, turn on those notifications. Be notified as soon as we post. Also, just cougschaos.com. You can go to our website, check out all our links and a little more info about us. And yeah, thank you so much for listening.
Yep. Go Cougs.
Go Cougs.